1 month after Chávez died, his successor went to national TV and said this.
El pajarito se me quedó viendo y silbó. Silbó. Y yo también le respondí al silbido. Y el pajarito voló, dio una vuelta y se fue. Y yo sentí que ahí estaba el espíritu y las bendiciones del comandante Hugo Chávez para esta batalla que hoy empieza a la victoria del 14 de abril.
Chávez appeared to him as a bird. This is not a metaphor, not a dream that he mentioned once and dropped. He wanted to justify his legitimacy to run a country of 28 million people. This is Nicolás Maduro and his predecessor Hugo Chávez, a man who blamed capitalism for ending life on Mars. Buckle up, welcome to Boring History. Before we get to the bird, let's talk about Hugo Chávez's other achievements in the field of saying things. He banned Coke Zero. His reasoning? Unhealthy. He never explained the science. He just decided and Coke Zero left Venezuelan shelves. He tried to ban Halloween. He called it imperialist terror, part of an American tradition of putting fear into other countries. We're talking of a man declaring war on candy corn. He blamed capitalism for ending life on Mars. World Water Day 2011. On live television. The actual claim that capitalism caused to Mars becoming uninhabitable. I want you to think about the logistics behind the claim for a second. Mars, the planet, allegedly killed by capitalism, which as far as we know has never been practiced on Mars by anyone, not even the Martians. He addressed the nation every 2 days for over a decade. His show, A Lo Presidente, averaged 4+ hours of broadcast. Add it all up over his presidency. It becomes 42 full uninterrupted days of Hugo Chávez talking. That is not a presidency. That's a podcast with nuclear codes. Now let's talk about the bird. March 2013, Hugo Chávez dies of cancer. Nicolás Maduro, his vice president, once a bus driver, becomes acting president. 1 month later, Maduro tells the Venezuelan public that Chávez appeared to him as a small bird. The bird, according to Maduro, whistled to him in a way that felt like a message. He interpreted this as Chávez's way of anointing him as the legitimate president of Venezuela. He said this publicly, as the head of state. He wanted to justify political legitimacy. But it gets stranger. Months later, workers at an underground construction claimed that Chávez's faces suddenly appeared on the wall. Maduro publicly backed up their claim. So within the same year, Venezuela's new president was endorsed by both a bird-based succession and a Shroud of Turin-style wall operation. Meanwhile, the actual economy was collapsing into the worst hyperinflation in modern history. But sure, let's talk about the bird. Here's the part that's less funny. Maduro never really was in control. The man that actually runs Venezuela is a man called Diosdado Cabello, Interior Minister, Head of Intelligence, Commander of the armed paramilitary forces called Colectivos, and the alleged head of a cartel trafficking network called Cartel de los Soles. Analysts describe him as part paramilitary enforcer, part ideological hardliner, part secret police chief. He was Chávez's co-conspirator in the coup of 1992. When Chávez chose Maduro over him, he didn't disappear. He waited. When Maduro needed someone to crush the 2024 election protests, 24 deaths and 2,000 arrested. So here's the actual power structure in Venezuela for the past decade. A man talking to a bird, fronting for a man running paramilitary death squads, while the country's economy hits 1,000,000% inflation. And then, January 3rd, 2026, US Special Forces captured Maduro in Caracas. Drug trafficking charges and he was flown to Miami. Same date Manuel Antonio Noriega surrounded in 1990. Same charges, 36 years apart to the day. A bird that appoints presidents. A wall that shows faces. And underneath all of it, A real, violent, functioning power structure that outlasted the bear story for over a decade. This is a part of history nobody puts in textbooks. It sounds too absurd to be real. It's real, all of it, documented. That's boring history. Next time we go to Cuba, this story actually started.